Hey everyone, it's Misaki. We are back with more of the I Love You Colonel Sanders dating sim. So far, I really don't know if I can call it that. This has been the strangest. I mentioned in the first episode that I haven't played a lot of Otome games myself, but I do listen to my friends when they talk about their Otome games, because they're usually super passionate about them, obviously. And boy, this has been weird. This has been weird so far. But we'll continue. I too love Chicken Colonel Sanders, this poster, and you should bond over whatever the heck this is. You get home to find something very surprising. Your best friend is there waiting for you. That is surprising. Where have you been? Because I had one heck of a night, was it with Clank? I've been desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I got worried that something had happened to you. It's okay, but now that it turns out you're fine, I can finally get you up to speed on the saga of Miriam. Yes, please. Sure, but you will not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date. I think I can believe that. Since I've been partnered up with Clank, he asked me to go out with him. Of course I told him, you better keep your dials turned to polite and respectful. I'm not that kind of girl. But he was just interested in spending some one-on-one time together and getting to know me. So I said, yeah, sure, I can get to know the little metallic guy. Would she have said like little pudgy guy if I had chosen Pop? Long story short, he took me skydiving with his friends, but things quickly spiraled out of control. He took you skydiving, girl. When and how? Did she just say skydiving as if that's a typical first date to go on with a talking pressure cooker? And now I'm not really sure where we stand. You don't give Miriam time to tell her the whole story, however. Bottling up the details of your own night is just too much to bear. How old are we? And I went on a date too. Back to Colonel Sanders' house, where I spent the night with him. You what? Yeah, that would be my reaction too. Again, we've known each other for 2 days. 2 days! Nothing happened, but the emotional connection... Wowzers. Yep, sure. Miriam tells you to move on from this whole Colonel Sanders obsession and focus on school. Why is this a choice that I have to select? If being obsessed with Colonel Sanders is wrong, you don't want to be right. After a short argument, you both agree to go your separate ways. I'm tempted to replay this game, seeing what would have happened if I'd chosen Miriam as a partner, but I have a feeling that it would have been a game over because the whole point of this game was Colonel Sanders. Oh, you two. Good morning! Exactly who I wanted to see first thing. When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals in the quad, and her stupid drumstick thigh-high. You can tell from a distance they're picking on Pop, though he himself might not quite grasp that fact. Because, you know, he's Pop. Oh, it's just swirly. It sounds delicious, actually. I mean, kinda. Oh, it's great! I'll order you up one right away. I'll have my swirly with sprinkles, please. Sprinkles is a dog and a treat. You can get your swirly dipped, too. Why don't you pick on someone your own size? Because I'm literally the biggest person at this school? Fair point. There's that horse that Colonel Sanders rides to school, but who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature? You've got some nerve, Misaki, suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse. My hair is enraged. Now you're twisting my words, and I won't have it. You clench your fist, but the injury from yesterday's mixer accident makes you wince with pain. Which was unavoidable, by the way. Apparently, I can't just choose to turn off the mixer. Doesn't look like you can go on cooking like that. Might as well just give up. I'll never give up, ever! Because I'm the protagonist! Colonel Sanders arrives just as it appears things are close to boiling over. A naturally intuitive person, he senses that something has been going on. Is everyone excited for the final day of school? Misaki, how's that hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back in fighting form by this afternoon. Aren't you concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday I almost broke a nail winning so hard. Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive. What's he doing complimenting her? I'm jealous, don't you know? Even though at this point I should feel confident he doesn't like her. But what about the flavor of my delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce? He's not comfortable with this question. Look at his face. It was clear that you're passionate about how your food is received. It's a lot of words to say it was bland. Excuse me, Misaki, I am more than capable of speaking. I am more than capable enough to speak for myself. Maybe you could tell me more of your thoughts as we walk into class, Colonel? I'm always interested in discussing the fine art of fine foods. See you inside. This took a weird turn, like we just spent the night together, kind of. Yeah. Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who you know she really is, you walk across the quad to get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by that interaction, you take out the spellbook you recovered yesterday and start flipping through the pages. No! The spork entrusted us with the book! Whoa! I'm assuming I'm supposed to say, what's that book? It looks like bad news! It's just something I found lying around. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire, but I don't really believe in that magic stuff. A grimoire? Like a book of spells? I don't know. Who would spend so much time decorating a magic book if it weren't really powerful? I can think of one surefire way to find out. You open up to a page covered with arcane warnings. Cast only in case of extreme emergency, it says around the edges of the page. I probably shouldn't keep reading ahead before I reach the speech bubbles. It's just, I can't help it. I read quickly. I could use this spell here that says it'll erase anyone I choose from all my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders, it would probably help me focus better on the upcoming final exam. That is way drastic, yeah. Couldn't you do something else? Like, anything else? Not rooted in dark magic? Maybe tie a string around your finger? Okay, fine, it is drastic, but desperate times call for desperate measures. I didn't realize I was desperate. You've got a memory erasing spell sitting right in front of you, and a pretty good excuse to try it out. No, why would I know? You take your friend's advice and put the book away. It's almost time for class. Sprinkles is already in the room, waiting for the students to arrive. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement. I want you all to know I feel something of a dog moment coming on, but I assure you it's nothing to be afraid of. His cute little nose scrunches up and he begins to breathe quickly. He must be hungry. Dogs are rather... Sprinkles stops in his tracks. He focuses in on the window. The room is deadly silent. It's a squirrel. When you follow his gaze, it's a squirrel! You see a tiny orange squirrel perched on the cherry tree outside. Sprinkles turns feral and runs to the window of the classroom. He begins barking uncontrollably at the squirrel outside. Terrence! I told you never to come back here, Terrence! I will destroy you, Terrence! Sprinkles is barking ferociously, drool flying off his face. The squirrel looks over but doesn't say anything back. You wonder, is that even a talking squirrel? Who named him Terrence? Probably Sprinkles. You better not show your chubby cheeks around here ever again! After Sprinkles is satisfied that his presence has been felt by not only Terrence, but by any other squirrel in hearing distance, he returns to his professional tone. Professorial tone, sorry. I apologize for the outburst. This actually brings up an important point. Thank you, Misaki, for reminding me to dole out this indispensable bit of wisdom. You see, I didn't remind him to do anything, but okay. But before he can go out any further, Miriam's love drama spills over into class. Sprinkles is interrupted by whirs and sparks. I told you to save it for after class! You think I wanted to be thrown from a plane strapped to a stranger? Miriam and Clank appear to be arguing, but you still haven't learned to speak Clank's language of mechanical noises. But no, you had to show off to your cool kid friends Jeff and Joan, J and J forever. I have a feeling that's a reference to something. Watch us form a triangle in midair as we descend. Triangle's the strongest shape, don't you know? Yeah, well that doesn't make it a great date. Then take Jeff and Joan with you. You can all hold hands as you pedal down the mountain or off a cliff for all I care. Sad beep. Sad beep. Clank begins to shudder. Steam pours up the gaps in his panels, and then a loud ding stops him in his tracks. No amount of seasoning is gonna make me want to eat that, Clank. Clank burps out a completely deep-fried sneaker. Considering that he himself has wheels, not feet, it's not entirely clear where it came from. In terms of deep-fried footwear, I guess it looks okay? Oh! Clank slowly rolls out the room to be alone with his shoe. Everyone tries to pretend like they didn't see that entire thing go down. Nothing like a loud public breakup to cast a pall over the final day of school. Oh, that was unfortunate. But we mustn't be distracted from what lies ahead. The final competition showdown challenge exam! Trademark. I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. Test time approaches. See you all in the arena. We've learned nothing. But before you can think about your upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul nearby, near of a pep talk. Suddenly we're best friends again. I thought we agreed to go our separate ways. Hey Miriam, are you okay? Okay? I'm so mad I could smash a tiny mug, spilling several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor. How could he embarrass me in class like that, in front of everyone? Her tiny cocoa is a delicious treasure, so you know that this breakup is no joke, even if the source of her frustration is such a silly boy. I know that you know this, but I'm gonna say it out loud. You don't need anyone. Me and you, we're gonna cruise through this final test and hit the carpool lane to Success City. See, again, I'm flip-flopping so much. He like checked up on me, said that my hand was gonna be fine by the end of the afternoon, but he said like the most polite way of saying that, yeah, her chocolate sauce was bland, it was basically just chocolate, and I got upset. What? What? No. You gotta be civil, you're all classmates, come on. Miriam brightens up, imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs, but she hesitates to embrace the feeling all the way. Because she got them too short. You're not going to saddle up on Colonel Sanders' stallion and ride off into the sunset without me? Of course not. Well, maybe sorta. But I'm sure there's a pony out there with your name on it, and a ranch big enough for both of us and whoever else we want to bring along. If it's not Pop or Clank or anyone else you meet today, tomorrow, or this whole year, so what? You're a special person who shouldn't settle for the first someone to show a little interest anyhow. Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes the tears from her cheeks. I should really review my menu for today. I'm gonna make a very special soup. And I bet that Professor Dog is gonna love it up. Love it and lap it up. He's gonna love it up. While you were pep talking Miriam, you completely missed lunch. But that's okay, because you had a better idea of how to spend the time before your exam. You decided to head over to the arena early to practice a dish. This is it. Airport. Why right now? The location of your final challenge. A test of will. A test of courage. A test of talent. And a chance to beat the pants off of Van Van, the supposed Man-Man, and his evil-er counterpart, Ashley. As planned, you begin to run through a quick test of a recipe you've been working on. Misaki's famous chicken pot pie. Alright, okay. Okay, I don't know how to make that. I don't know. Real Misaki does not know how to make chicken pot pie. After practicing for months, making this dish comes second nature to you, and you're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie in the oven. But as soon as you do, your cram session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders and cherry blossom petals. That's not sanitary. Or maybe it is. Misaki, what are you doing here? There's still time before the final exam. Oh, just taking it all in. I'm big into visualizing success. I'm looking at my station and picturing victory. The pot pie has begun to bake, and the smell is slowly filling the space around you. Is it a secret that I'm baking the pie? I mean, visualizing, huh? That's too bad. I was hoping you were here cooking something delicious. You'd usually happily share your food with anyone who is hungry, but the last time you let Colonel Sanders get in your head, it cost you a cook-off. Well then just don't. Just be, I don't know. You decide that it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desires, but that decision gets hard to stick to when the oven timer goes off behind you. Okay, you got me. I'm doing a little bit more than visualizing. I know. My nose can smell a pot pie from 400 yards. It's an oddly specific distance, but you'd expect nothing less from such an oddly specific man. That's fair. You knew it was a pot pie just from the smell? Well, not just a pot pie, but a chicken pot pie with an all butter crust. And my nose is telling me something else. Oh no, is it burning? Haha, no. I can just smell that it was made with a heaping helping of TLC. Hey, this is sweet. The sweet moments of this game are really cute, but I feel like that's just kind of like, of course. But it'll probably start burning any second if you don't pull it out. The moment of truth. What did I bake it in? Why is it? I did not bake it in this bowl. Wow. It's the best pot pie I've ever tasted. I've always loved country cooking and I could eat this all day. There's no time left. The final showdown is about to begin. Sprinkles lays down the ground rules. There are no rules. That is, except to cook with everything you've got. You step up for the cook-off of a lifetime. Am I not just making the pot pie that we just saw? Yeah. You decide that mac and cheese plus the pot pie you've been practicing are just the dishes that'll push you over the edge to victory. Meanwhile, both I accidentally clicked my mouse. They're prepping evil. Miriam has her giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. She's definitely prepared to go big, going small. I like that. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices. But he's trying to find a way to improve on something perfect. His original recipe. Fried chicken. The intensity in the room starts at a full 10 out of 10 with a frenzy of action. Everyone is calling out really cool special cooking moves as they prepare their food. Wow, this is getting serious. Colonel Sanders batters his chicken as it levitates through the air. Egg wash! Why? Miriam furiously injects ingredients into an itty-bitty pot of broth. Best friend! Baster Blaster? Oh dear. Van flexes his pectorals as he chops open a sea urchin. Let's rock and roid! Yep. Ashley scoops her pastries off the tray with lightning speed. Shallow personality spatula! Even Clank gets in on it, he's still here. 5-dial pressure point chicken cooking technique. Wait, when did Clank learn to speak English? It's the singularity, as it was foretold. What? We mustn't let it happen, or the appliance uprising will take us all. Still, Van quickly unplugs Clank and rolls him out the back door to the arena. As you frantically prepare your dish, you notice Ashley has her spellbook out. Is she going to use some dark magic to turn the tide? You got a book of your own, and you're desperate not to see her win another battle. Should you take this opportunity to fight magic with magic, even if it's almost certainly evil magic? No, we've already been through this. Who needs magic when you've got passion? I'm going to do it the hard way. Colonel Sanders sees that you've chosen to win on your own terms, and he gives you a subtle wink from across the room. I believe in you! Yeah! That's why did he give me the subtle wink if he was just gonna call out to me? Miriam notices too. And I've always believed in you, Misaki, ever since we were little kids, because I'm your best friend forever! Even though we haven't been that way these past 3 days. You turn to notice that Miriam is at your station, cheering for you. Miriam, what about your dish? If you're cheering, who's cooking? Tiny food? Sure, cook time. I'm actually already done, so I thought I'd help you. Well, that's sweet, but Miriam tosses a handful of spices directly into your boiling noodles. Uh-huh. It's the secret ingredient! However, she doesn't know that you lied and the ingredient was made up. And where in the world did she get the Eye of Newt from? The boiling pot explodes, sending Miriam flying backwards. The watery noodles begin to is it because I didn't actually tell her what it was? The watery noodles begin to swirl in the air, bubbling up into a dark cloud that thickens and congeals before your very eyes. It is I, Steve, the spork monster! Steve? What happened to Borko? You're not here to battle me, are you? We spork monsters are many. I think Borko had the day off. But you have conjured Steve, and I hate to battle, so I'd say you're doing pretty alright. Oh hey, you're in the middle of a cooking competition! I love this stuff. It's better on TV. You crazy kids and your culinary skills really impress me. Mind if I hang out? I'm sorry, Steve, but I'm kind of in the middle of something. Do you mind? Steve, the spork monster notices you've got the grimoire stashed beneath your cooking station. I see what you're up to. Chris caught some magical items and accidentally summoned me, huh? You guessed it, sorta. If you're here, would you mind tossing me some fresh noodles in a pot of salted water? I'd love to. I've always wanted to be a top chef, actually. You know, when I was just a little spork pup back in the old country. You can feel a spork monster wanting to tell you a very long and involved story. You don't know exactly where they came from, but it seems like it was probably lonely there. Actually, you know what? Maybe you should watch from the stands. I really need to focus on this competition. I understand. It's kind of like that time in monster school that I had fallen asleep during scare tactics class, and when I woke up, you tossed a serious stare at Steve, and he takes the hint. Also, that was a Monsters Inc. reference. Never mind, I'll tell you later. Good luck. Having suffered this huge setback, you don't know how you could ever win. I can do this. I have what it takes. I came here to win! Your hair turns mac and cheese orange as culinary energy flows through your body. Does it? Does it now? My heart is pure. My hands are steady and healed. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for... Yes, Misaki, you are the chosen one. You will avenge me. The power you've been summoning immediately fades back up. You interrupted my inspiring monologue! Sorry. My heart is pure, my hands are steady, my taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for this moment. I will show the world my cookery! You begin to levitate off the ground. Energy courses through your body. You know that with this power, you can do anything. Except turn back time, which would be super useful because while you were powering up, your chicken pot pie overcooked in the oven and can't be served. But don't worry, dear Misaki. You may have suffered some setbacks, but all is not lost. Impressed with your fortitude, Colonel Sanders decides you've earned his support. I've been watching you today, and I must say I'm truly impressed. You've been thinking on your feet and rolling with the punches. He steps up to your station and stands right beside you. I'm here to help. All you've managed to do is make mac and cheese, and time is almost up, so you're going to need it. But Colonel Sanders, what about the test? What will happen to you? What about the rules? There were no rules. Following the rules has never been my thing. I follow my heart. Also, there were no rules. It was just to cook with all your heart. What? Okay. Sure. Colonel Sanders unfolds a delicate white towel to reveal the most delicious fried chicken tenders you've ever laid your eyes on. How do I know that they're delicious? Just by laying my eyes on them. And besides, sometimes unexpected combinations can have surprising effects that surpass their individual efforts. Are you suggesting if we combine forces, we can form the perfect food union? Time's up, students! With time expired, it's the moment everyone has been waiting for. You must now prepare to present your dishes. A handful of students stand tall, but the class seems incomplete. It seems we're missing some students. Pop? Plank? From off-screen, you hear a pure and innocent giggle that can only come from one student. I'm flying! It sounds like it's coming from that broom closet over there. Miriam, would you mind? Inside of the closet, you see Pop hanging on a broom hook by the elastic of his underpants. Pop, get down from there right now! Let me guess. Did Van Van have something to do with this? When someone asks for a wedgie, who am I to refuse? I thought a wedgie was a salad. It looks like Pop is eliminated from the challenge, seeing how he didn't cook anything. I can't feel my legs. May I be excused? Sure. You kids and your pranks. I must say it's not the worst prank in UCSAL history, but not exactly yearbook material. Wait a second. Pranks! Pranks! Clank! Where did that pressure cooker roll off to? You wait to hear a signature whir, beep, or other onomatopoeia, but there's none. Somehow he must have gotten unplugged, I guess. We'll have to figure that out later. That leaves only 4 remaining students. Please collect your final projects. Yes, it has been a long semester. Wow. 3 whole days long. But after days of hard work, the time has come for me to eat. Miriam, please step forward. Now, describe your dish. I've made tender udon noodles in a savory soup. It is adorable. Does she have a single tea leaf in there? I want to believe she has a single tea leaf in there. My word, it's so delicate. Is it a teeny tiny narutomaki I espy afloat in this itsy bitsy bowl? Yes, chef. Please call me Sprinkles. Chef is my father's name. Yes, Sprinkles, and some green tea made from baby tea leaves that I picked myself. Sprinkles carefully sniffs around the dish before opening his mouth and letting just the tip of his pink dog tongue dip into the bowl. Sublime! Would anyone else like a taste? Oh, come on, I'm not one of those dogs who doesn't floss. I even have a really cute electric toothbrush for dogs. Fine, I'll enjoy it all by myself. And in a flash, the entire meal has been devoured. Not that it took much, it was less than a thimble's worth of soup. A+! Rarely do I taste a dish with as much love poured into it as yours. Miriam is overjoyed. She gives you a huge hug. Thank you, Misaki, for helping me to believe in myself. Van, you're up. Now describe your dish. I made uni over smooth egg custard in an axe-hewn urchin shell, topped with caviar. What is the... what? That is... Did you skewer one type of urchin spines? One type of urchin with spines from a second different colored type of urchin? Yes, Sprinkles. A bit much, don't you think? That's exactly why I did it. A bit much is kind of my brand. Doesn't it look cool? Sprinkles leans in to sniff the uni, but he can't get his nose close on account of all the spikes. He begins to paw at it erratically, causing the custard to slosh around. Please be gentle with my cuisine. Finally, Sprinkles goes all in, tongue first, but he can't get past all the needles. He reels back as his tongue is poked and prodded. Ow! My tongue! The professor appears to be having an allergic reaction to the sting. I can't eat this. I keep poking my tongue. Disqualified! A stunning turn of events. Who would have thought that serving a bowl in a... Who would have thought that serving food in a bowl made of needles could make it difficult to eat? Dejected, Van does not go gentle into the night. Disqualified? For glamour? Don't discount simplicity. Now he sounds like King Candy. This isn't the last you've heard of me. Before forcing us to endure his swollen tongue for another moment, Sprinkles graciously laps up a bowl of milk. I know. Yeah, I'm a dog and I drink milk. Get over it. Sometimes it helps calm my agitated tongue. Next student. Ashley, it's time to step up. Now describe your dish. I made a... Oh, it's so cute. The food in this game has been drawn with such love. Orange blossom, Turkish delight, in a light rosewater syrup topped with French meringue and connected by sugar glass. I would eat this. She had me at Turkish delight. I don't eat the rest of it. Just... I love Turkish delights. Actually, it doesn't sound so bad. Indeed, it is quite delightful. However, I'd ask that you please refrain from eating it or attempting to taste it in any way. It is very fragile and meant to be a display piece. Don't eat the food? At a cooking school? Got toast in your ears or something, Misaki? I told you, it's a display piece. Actually, I must say, it is beautiful. However, this is a cooking competition. At a cooking school. Yeah, which is why I cooked it and did an extremely good job cooking it too. I didn't realize we were having an eating exam. If I wanted to be judged on eating, I'd go to the College of Eating and School for the Hungry. I suppose you could smell it if you absolutely insisted. But don't breathe too hard, you might disrupt the sugar spiral. If the food cannot be eaten, it cannot be judged. You are disqualified! Rage overtakes Ashley and she finally cannot keep her two-faced routine up. You are no high-end cuisine if it cooked you! And with that, Ashley storms off to rededicate herself to being the best, but this time without being shackled by trying to be fake nice and liked by everyone. This isn't the last you've heard of me, either. If this class gets much smaller, I'll be teaching myself. You and Colonel Sanders, the final cook, step up together. Two chefs? What began as a bowl of delicious mac and cheese has become he was saying that. What began as a bowl of delicious mac and cheese has become something else. He examines it closely, sniffing and eyeing the bowl. Uh-oh. I don't have a good feeling about this. From somewhere in the room, a literal drum roll plays. Just when I thought I'd seen everything in this kitchen, you give me this thing. And completely blow me away in my 49 years of dog years of life. Oh, okay, 49 dog years of life. If only I would keep reading, I would be less shocked. I have never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced. It's so delicious, in fact, that everyone passes the class. You pass, and you pass, and you pass, and you get a pass. Except the two that stormed off. Everyone gathers around and partakes of the mac and cheese bowl. They all seem to transcend this reality into another dimension. You win! Together you and Colonel Sanders have made a new menu item. The new menu item is so impressive that even Van and Ashley are drawn back by its magnetic fragrance. When they gaze upon the mac and cheese bowl, they admit that you are indeed an excellent chef. Sprinkles declares you have passed. Everyone has passed. There were supposed to be more battles, but come on, how could they be better than this one? Oh! It's the cafeteria! That's so cute. Now that the school year is complete and everyone has graduated, the students return for one last assignment to get their groove on. The cafeteria has been completely redecorated in order to serve as the site of the school's graduation dance. Compared to the massive high-tech cooking arena, the humble decor seems downright cute and cozy. DJ Dog is in the house! Why are you the... You knew that Sprinkles was a master chef, but also a world-renowned turntablist? Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Aww. I like that Ashley has to have the heart window in everything she wears. Van and Ashley tell everyone that they've committed themselves to righting the wrongs they did while they were villains. For a moment, you actually believe them. None of that haunting. No ghost allowed at graduation. It's clearly written in the school's bylaws. That was never actually a ghost. It was all a trick to get you to finally notice me. Oh, the music. Now that everyone is together, it's a Spork Monster. He has totally mellowed out. Everyone, the Spork Monster is no more. From here on out, I'd prefer that everyone refer to me by my new name. Party Monster. Student tries to finish what he had to say, but everyone's too wrapped up talking to Party Monster. Dejected, student walks off. Maybe things didn't work out for Miriam romantically, but she's darn adorable, look at her. But she found the love in her cooking, and you know she's gonna do great. A red carpet rolls out across the floor of the ballroom. It's like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who could command such an entrance? It's Pop! What? He's arrived late to the dance, but apparently for good reason. Walking the carpet, you see perched atop his dirty chef's hat a crown? Welcome back, Pop. I know you weren't able to complete the final exam and accept your diploma, so we had it mailed directly to your father. We figured it was the least we could do for the school's dean. Oh, now I get it. And we get a new wing on the school, not to mention the honor of educating the son of the chancellor of such and such. Uh-huh. The music at the dance is interrupted by the sound of sparking and electrical hissing. It's Clank, who has arrived late to the dance. Now that I have graduated, I can reveal my truth. Whoa, he's still doing the talking thing. I am Clank, and I am not of this earth. I am actually from a faraway planet in another dimension. What? What? I actually feel like I knew it this whole time. Now that I have learned the ways of your kind, I must return. Miriam, will you come with me? I don't know what to say! Besides, no. Obviously. I've just begun to learn who I really am. This isn't the time for me to devote my life to figure out who you are, Clank. You're blown away by Miriam's maturity. It's pretty clear she's managed to surpass you in that regard. I understand. Kind of. Humans are weird. A portal opens up and Clank disappears through it. Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives. The fuck are you wearing? And why does it still have the pen? Howdy, classmates. Just like the first day you met him, he has come prepared to feed the entire class. However, it's not enough to just give them a bucket of chicken. This time it's a full meal. I didn't get to be the most famous chicken man in the history of chicken and man by not reminding people to go out and buy my chicken. Fair. The end? No, it's not the end! As everyone feasts on their delicious chicken dinner, Colonel Sanders finds you sitting at the edge of the dance floor. Misaki, what are you doing sitting all alone? Oh, you know, just waiting for the right person to ask me to dance. Space! I wonder, might you tell me, what are the qualities that you would expect to find in such a lucky person? Off the top of my head, oh, I don't know. A spicy musk, tidy goatee, and a degree from the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning, just to name a few. It truly is my lucky day. Would you dance with me? Yes, I would love to. As you glide across the dance floor hand in hand with Colonel Sanders, the future stretches out in front of you. And once my 100th franchise is up and running, I'll be ready to take a day off, and I'll be so glad to spend it together with you, Misaki. How sweet! We'll work together and play together. Colonel Sanders stops dead in his tracks. Work together? I think this is something I'll just need to do by myself. But who will help you run your restaurants? I don't believe I need help. Besides, based on your time at school here, do you really think running restaurants is the best path forward? Could it be? You found a love connection but failed to earn Colonel Sanders' respect as a chef. Can you live with only one half of him? Will you be able to endure sharing him with his other love, the life of an entrepreneur? I suppose I could enroll at a pastry school. Oh, my dear Misaki, I'm sure you'll find your place eventually. And along the way, you'll have me by your side. The end! For real! No, wait, no, stop. Oh dear. Sorry, I was just exiting out of the game. It automatically took me back to the whole... I might just Google the answers to the questions I have. I'm so curious if there's another ending because it was so specific in saying that, oh no, you got like a love connection but not a work connection. Was I supposed to? And if I was supposed to, how was I supposed to do that? Everything you gave me is an option to cook. I'm just gonna Google it. The normal ending of the game has the Colonel ask you to be his business partner. Okay, so I didn't get the normal ending. There are a few bad endings where catastrophe strikes and some where you die. Right, didn't get those either. The true ending of the game is more like a bonus, as the story doesn't have a substantial twist. Here are the dialogue choices you have to pick to get the bonus ending. You'll know you picked the right ones when the Colonel glows with hearts. So yeah, there were definitely a lot of times where I picked choices where he didn't do the heart thing, so it really just looks like I kind of mussed up from, yeah, well, basically the last episode, chapter 6 onward. Sorry, the 6th bite and onward. Well, I'll replay it on my own time. Goodness gracious. Well, anyway, thank you guys for sticking around for all, I think, 4 episodes of this. Probably. Not long. If I hadn't died, well, not died, if I hadn't messed up, it would have been 1 episode per day of school. But, oh well, did not work out that way. That's okay. If you guys liked these videos, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos, and please leave comments. Not just for what games I should play next, but for this one, please comment on your opinion of the game. Please comment if you've played this and got a different ending or any other kind of different results, because it's fun sometimes. You pick the small different decisions, they end up in, you know, different dialogue, and they can be fun. Yeah. So, I will see you guys whatever my next video may be. Bye bye!